Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra. With me is Shail Bhatnagar, and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. Well, 7 points away is what the Nifty came close to when it comes to 26,000 milestone as well. We've seen some profits being taken off just from the level of 25,993 is what we've actually seen on an intraday basis for the Nifty. Of course, we have seen that the Sensex has climbed above that milestone mark of 85,000 in trade today. The sectors which are actually holding their ground strong are metal space, which is now shining the brightest, 3% higher in trade. You have the IT space stocks that have actually surged in the last part or last 15-20 minutes odd. And if you look at the Nifty IT index, that's now up about 0.7%. The oil and gas space also continues to be in a thick zone, about 0.6% higher. Autos, infra, and some gains can also be seen on the pharma space, and just mild gains on the broader markets. 1% higher for the PSE index. Let's look at the top gainers. It's Tata Steel, Hindalco, Power Grid, Tech Mahindra, ONGC. And on the F&O space, you have again Nalco, Tata Steel, and MDC as the top performers right now. Among the broadest performers, remember, keep an eye out on the newest listed stocks like RK Developers and Northern Arc. Both of them are holding on to the gains that they had set up right in the morning after making their debut as well. Good afternoon to all our viewers, and good afternoon, Shail.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's turning out to be a great day as far as records are concerned. You've seen the Sensex hit 85,000 for the first time, and the Nifty is most likely to close above 26,000 after this rate cut that has happened in the US markets on 18th of September. The buoyancy is fantastic. And there is this possibility of another 50% rate cut this calendar, and then another 25% in the financial year to March FY25 in the US markets, which will obviously impact us positively. So after the first 50% cut, you've seen a very strong move coming in. Look at the Nifty in the past 5 trading sessions. It's added to the extent of 2.2%. And all interest rate sensitive sectors have done phenomenally well. Realty, your EMI is likely to go down. The Nifty Realty Index is the best performing index, up 5.5% over the last 5 trading sessions. Look at the Nifty Auto Index, up 4% over the last 5 trading session. And of course, you have the Nifty Metals Index now powering ahead, the top performer 2% higher, mainly because of rate cuts that have happened in the Chinese market. Remember, China as an economy is the world's biggest consumer of metals of all sorts. Now coming back to our Nifty, what are the stocks that are helping the index on its way up? No surprise here, the big daddy of them all from the banking sector, HDFC Bank, 11 points to Nifty's tally of 33. Hindalco, Bharti Airtel and M&M between 7 and 9 points, and of course Power Grid 7. The entire power sector is showing signs of very good traction. The government came out with an announcement that it will invest 9,20,000 crore rupees over the next 6 plus 2, 8 years till 2032 into the transmission and distribution part of the national electric grid as a part of its national electric plan. And that's the reason why you see stocks like Schneider Electric, a very strong move coming in there. KEC Limited, that's doing fantastically well. In fact, if you look at the capital goods stake, which is a part of this entire strategy, look at KEC, 4% higher, 983. These are companies that erect towers that transmit power lines across states and across large movements. AIA Engineering, 2.75% higher, 4408. Similarly, Siemens is 2.3% higher, 7099. So that's how this sector has been electrified. And of course, as Sakshi has been pointing out since morning, metals led by National Aluminium, Vedant, a very strong move coming into steel. Look at Tata Steel, look at JSW Steel, and of course Jindal Steel and Power. Sakshi, what else are you observing?
There are a few stocks which we can mark. IEX, for instance, that's something that we should be looking at. It's dropped sharply in trade today, and after a long haul of continuous outperformance in this stock, we have seen today the stock is down by about 10.5% odd or so. Remember, in the last 1 month, the stock had gone up about 13 odd percent. At 6 months, it's gone up about 60% odd, and now is when some kind of a dip is really coming in. We'll get you viewers. Experts' views on that one. On the positive side, I'm looking at AstraZeneca Pharma. That stock has actually rallied in trade almost 13%. It's hit a 52-week high. This is after the company has received nod for cancer drug Durvalumab as well. That has actually powered the stock higher in trade today. Strong move actually can be seen on this one as well. Remember, power grid is something that we had talked about right in the morning trade. Where brokerage houses were bullish on the utility space and target prices for power grid were given at a higher level. So look at power grid is up 2.5% odd or so. Within the broader markets, again, look at Paytm today. It's buzzing again. A 3% move can be seen. This is after MK Global has increased the rating on the stock as well as the target price. So they have kept the rating as add now from reduce earlier. They had a 375 target right here, but now the next target that they have chosen is 750, implying still about a 12-13% upside from the current levels. 686 currently for Paytm, 5.5% higher. So that's another stock that we are looking at. Let's now welcome our guest on the show. Kush Godasara is now with us, market expert. Warm welcome to you, Kush. And good to have you with us. I want to first understand from you, how are you looking at the markets right now, turning very volatile at these higher levels? What goes next?
Uh, Thank you for having me on the show, and good afternoon to all the viewers and the team. Definitely, Nifty is looking strong. Still, volatility is because, we are facing a strong resistance of 26,000 psychologically, and also option side, we have a resistance. And thirdly, since the low at 23,800 in the month of August, we have been traveling into a parallel channel, which has a resistance exactly at 26,050. So I guess 26,000 has a multiple resistance, and that is why we are seeing some supply. But overall, I believe that unless we break 25,850 on the downside, we are going towards 26,500. So market looks good, but yes, definitely we will see some intraday volatility.
Okay, 238, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at 25,983, and just how should I say, 17 points short of what will be a fantastic twin day of supernormal gains on markets. 26,000 on the Nifty and 85,000 on the Sensex. We should also pay attention to the Nifty weekly expiry that's happening right upon us. This is an index which has added about 7.1% in the monthly chance that it has from August 24th to till this date. And today the winning counters are LIC and LIC Housing Finance and HDFC AMC. The other thing I'd like to see is the rollover data. Kush, this is for you. A very strong move coming into the Nifty index. It had about 1600 points in the last 19 sessions. Where are you seeing the strongest rollovers on the long side, and what is attracting to you in this particular index for October?
I think Bajaj twins are attracting me, and definitely, of course, the PSU banks. I believe Bajaj Finance has been consolidating since the last 5 sessions after the listing of housing. But I believe we may see good rally in the month of October in Bajaj twins. I like Bajaj Finance out of it with the stop loss of 7450. On the upside, I believe we may touch 8,000 in the next expiry.
Okay, got it. Well, Kush, we'll ask you to give us your sense on Paytm right now, and tell us where do you see the stock headed from here on. There are positive brokerage houses that are coming in, and the stock has shot up over 5% higher in trade. Is there more steam now? One should catch this momentum.
Definitely, I won't still trust this rally because still wait for a stock to cross 800. We have seen multiple resistance at 800 level. So rather, I would invest in some other fintechs like Zomato or maybe Swiggy when it gets listed. I would avoid Paytm as of now.
How about IEX? That's the one that's actually taken it on the chin today after a long haul of continuously moving higher, and positive reports from analysts also coming in who've been tracking this stock from under 200. And what would you say now on IEX after this sharp fall of about 11% today?
I think IEX is a good stock on the long term basis, but short term we had seen a good rally. So if I look at the chart since the month of May, so since the May expiry, which was around 136, we have seen a continuous week on week new higher levels. So I believe technically we are bridged all support levels of short term and medium term moving averages. So we may see a profit booking up to 180. So I would recommend to exit for the short-term traders and investors. 180 is the level where we'll review and maybe we may see some base formation over there.
Okay, some of the stocks that deserve your attention, ladies and gentlemen, which may show improved performance in the coming weeks and month are JM Financial. There's been a massive breakout today, 8.7% higher at 139, and if you see the weekly change, it is about 10.2% over last week. And when we see the monthly change, which is the closing of August 31st versus now, it's already up 30%. So please keep an eye out on JM Financial. The all-time high on this stock is somewhere in the vicinity of 180, and this is a very good move that might result in strong gains. How about other counters that we generally don't talk about? I would like to mark KPR Mills, 1000 rupees today, 6.9% higher. The volume is fantastic, 227 crores worth of KPR Mills has been traded. What else is buzzing? Schneider Electric, the counters back into action from the point that I mentioned that 9.2 lakh crore rupees would be invested by the government of India in transmission and distribution of the power sector. Schneider is one of the major players here, and you see this very sharp burst coming in on huge volumes. Today about 410 crores worth of transactions has happened, and the stock has come out of a very long consolidating phase. Kush, what are the charts of Schneider Electric telling you at 862, counter up 11%?
Definitely, I think stock we have seen a breakout. So starting from the July series, we were in a strong consolidation from 850 to downside at 740. So today we have seen almost 10x the average volume of last 3 months. I believe this breakout is going to sustain. So with the stop loss of 840, one can still go long on the stock. On the upside, we may see 1000 level.
Okay. Kush, let's look at the metals pack that's been an outperformer, and have our viewers understand from you which is that one pick that you will carry on for trade tomorrow or for this week within the metals pack. 3% higher for the index.
Yeah, so from the metals space, two stocks are on my radar, and both of them are my favorite because one of a good reversal pattern which I love the most, inverted head and shoulder, which has an accuracy of 60% after the breakout. Uh, Both the charts have the same pattern, Vedanta and Hindalco. So starting with Vedanta numbers, so Vedanta should be on a watch list. One should buy above 475. If we cross that level in last 45 minutes, buy Vedanta for the stop loss of 460 and the target around 540 on positional basis. And Hindalco is also buy at current levels. Stop loss is 622 and the target are 745 to 760. Both are showing good momentum. Hindalco has already given a breakout, while Vedanta we are waiting at 475.
Okay, got it. So that's as far as the metal space is concerned as well. Apart from this, IT, which is gaining further ground now, 0.8% higher in trade, it's further inching up. How are you assessing this fresh move on the IT space? Tech Mahindra is the top gainer within the IT pack. We can see about over 2% move right here. Coforge, Persistence, HCL Tech, Emphasis, it's a mix of both large and mid caps. Would you find confidence here?
Definitely, IT index was looking weak to me until today morning. But yes, still we are looking at the index as a whole. We are facing strong resistance at 42,700 on IT index, which is 15-day average. So first of all, looking at the index, maybe I would wait for a day more. So buying fresh on IT stocks is not recommended. I will buy it on tomorrow if we are trading about 42,700 on the index. So wait and watch for fresh positions on IT stocks.
Okay, the last 45 minutes of trade begin upon us on this lovely Tuesday afternoon. Let's do some market spotting in terms of how prices are moving along with volume breakouts. Okay, now I'm into NSE 500. I've marked Schneider. Sakshi's marked AstraZeneca. Now where else is action on the long side? Okay, National Aluminium, the 6% uptick that you see is accompanied by a burst in volume. More than 3.7 times 5-day average is traded. So please keep this in mind. In fact, look at Hindustan Copper and look at the entire metal space. So the breakouts that you are seeing are accompanied by a volume burst as well. Tata Steel 160.5, 4.2% higher. 12 crore shares have been traded, which is 3 times the 5-day average. Remember, till about a week ago, the government has also taken steps to protect domestic industry against overseas dumping of steel products of all sorts by raising the import duty substantially, because you have a global glut in the steel sector, and lots of neighboring countries are using this opportunity to sort of push in finished steel products into the Indian subcontinent at dramatically low pricing. So if you increase the import duty, you protect local industry, and given the cut that has happened in the Chinese economy on the interest rate side, one hopes that domestic demand there will increase in the real estate sector and other sectors where metals are used, so that the level of Chinese imports into India eases. Whether that will happen or not, but that's the theory that the market is working on. What else is abuzz with gains? I think we need to take a look at ABB 8084. This is again the power distribution transmission scheme that is coming in. I'll request Kunal to take a look at ABB as well. Absolutely nothing that the stock has done in 6 months, and here is a smart move coming in today, 1.8% higher. Would you touch it, Kunal, or do we stay away?
Maybe, I won't touch it at current levels, of course, because ABB India, we have seen a good rally. So I believe at not current levels, maybe still 2 to 3% correction, and that would be an good entry point, because since last 4 trading sessions, we have seen almost 6% rally. So maybe wait and watch.
Okay, got it. Well, Kush, we'll also bring some other interesting stories. Power space is also throwing in some interesting names. Some of the names have already marked out by Shell and May. Tata Power, let's get that also out of the way. 3% higher in trade today. How are you looking at Tata Power's charts right now, and what looks good here?
Definitely, Tata Power after a long time has breached out above 440 level this week. So last time we, touched down this level was around April, and then once just for a day in August. So I believe this breakout is a crucial one with heavy volumes on a weekly chart. So definitely a weekly investor and can hold a stock till Diwali, that is for a month. buy the stock with the stop loss of 450. On the upside, I believe this stock has a potential to touch 490.
Okay, got it. And of course, some stocks within the Adani group also related to power are also up and about. Adani Power, Adani Green, Adani Energy Solutions. The whole space seems to be a buzz with action. Kush, has anything turned for the better within the Adani group?
So maybe I won't risk it as of now. Maybe from Adani Pack, I like Ambuja Cement. So not from the Power Pack. Power Pack, they are not they are so volatile. So if at all you want to buy something, Adani Green is looking good to me, but buy on dips, not at current levels. I believe the stock has a good potential for a long term, but not for the short term.
Okay, 2:50 p.m. Sakshi, I don't remember the last time we marked the all-time high list. So let's do that. We'll start with metals because that's the favorite space. Hindalco, 720, a fresh record high. JSW Steel now inching slowly towards the 4-digit mark. 995 for you. It's a foregone conclusion. You'll see a record high. Let's get into the mid-cap index. Okay. Now look at the pharma stocks here, or quasi-pharma, which is the hospital space. Ipca Labs, 2% higher, 1487. Mankind Pharma, a 10,000 crore rupee fundraising that is happening for future expansions, 2671, a percent higher. Max Health is also the hospital chain at a record high, although 1043, now down a percent. There are other stocks, Dixon, JSW Energy, also making record highs. Let's look at the small cap space. Okay, Blue Star, a third of a percent higher, 2020. Mahanagar Gas, 1939. MCX, 5883. This is a stock most likely which will announce a split or a bonus. Let's keep this in mind. And of course, Shyam Metalics, 934. These are some of the stocks that are doing extremely well. One more, in Amber Enterprises at 4720, maybe down 5%, but early morning this had sort of risen dramatically to all the way up to, let me just see the price that was there, I think 5361. So this is the list of new highs as far as markets are concerned. Sakshi.
Absolutely. One more stock that I wanted to actually talk about, probably this is the stock that we have probably never talked about in this year so far. From the real estate space, Arvind Smart Spaces. Let's look at this stock. It's up by almost 15% in trade right now. Yes, it's up 16% now. Strong move, strong volumes can actually be seen. This is after Axis Securities has given a buy rating to Arvind Smart Spaces and believes there is a 43% upside to the stock. They believe the company is fastest growing real estate company, having a dominant market share in Ahmedabad and Bangalore as well, and they are pretty positive about the future prospects of the company. After the in-depth analysis that they've done for fundamentals as well. Let's get in Kush now to talk about this stock. Arvind Smart Spaces, after this strong surge, how will you look at this stock?
Definitely, Arvind's smart space, I think stock is looking good. And with the volumes that we have seen today, definitely a good breakout. But fresh buying is not recommended. If you are holding the stock, luckily, then keep a trailing stop loss at 840. The fresh breakout has the targets of around 945 on the weekly chart. So looking good, but not for a fresh buy. Hold it if you have already bought it.
Okay, got it. So that's the view that's coming in on Arvind Smart Spaces. How about the rest of the real estate story? Anything else looks more positive to you?
Maybe Breakout Enterprise is the stock which I love the most from the real estate space. A Bangalore-based developer, and it has good cash flow because it has rented out huge commercial spaces on a long-term basis. So definitely, Breakout Enterprise is a good stock for a long-term portfolio holder. Stop loss on the downside can be from current levels at 1280, while for targets in the short term is 1450.
2:54, we have 6 plus 30 minutes left as far as today's traction is concerned. 25,964, 24 points on the uptick, and we've marked the IT index as well, 305 points higher after 4 days of rest. You have 42,300 on the board, and you have stocks such as the entire mid cap space doing very well. Look at Coforge, it is now above 7,000. Persistent is a stock that we mark regularly. Mastech at 2685 is up 1.8%, and of course the smaller space led by Tata Technologies. Look at Tata Elxsi, all of them have shown a fairly decent uptick. This is a fresh start after a 4-5 day rest that we've seen. Let me just mark another phase where stocks have hit upper circuits. This is a very, how should I say, disputed point to mark, but let me just try. Within the hospital space, Apollo Sinduri, 1934 up 20%. SH Kelkar, this is a perfumery company, not many people know about it, 17% higher, 301. A very clear breakout that has happened. Sakshi's marked AstraZeneca and Arvind Smart Space. Also look at a company called SmartLink, 10% higher, 308. The older parent of HCL Technologies is HCL Infosystems. Look at how 9% higher, it's at 18 rupees 82 paisa. Then you have Muthoot Capital, 399% higher, and then come the 5% circuits. Till very recently, Sapphire Foods was a cum split share, now at 377, 7% higher. So strong volumes and good quality stocks now hitting double digit, strong single digit gains as far as prices are concerned. Move coming into Adani Enterprises, Sakshi, 1.7% higher. I can't remember the last time I saw Adani Enterprises chart. The reason why I mark this is probably this is a stock which is still below the June 4th high that we had seen of 3,702. Now the bounce is from 200 DMA. I am just marking the price for you, 3,089. Sakshi, what are you watching?
Yes, Shell. So we will be keeping a keen eye out on the entire finance space again. After Muthoot Capital, which you've already marked, there are several others that are buzzing in trade. Reliance Home Finance, Home First Finance is buzzing in trade. You have other stocks like LIC, Housing Finance also buzzing in trade. Avas Financiers, MAS Financials, IFL Finance, of course, has been in the thick of action. Just wanted to get a sense from Kush right here. Within the finance and the NBFC space, what really looks good to you, which can carry on the momentum as we have seen being generated over the last 10 days or so on this space, Kush?
Definitely, I think PSU banks are looking strong to me. Definitely, Bajaj Twins, as I talked about in the starting of the show, looks good to me. But BOB and Canara Bank, both the stocks have underperformed the index as a whole, and of course, even Bank Nifty. So I believe BOB is my favorite pick from both of them. Stop loss at 241 btst. We may see 246 and 249 by tomorrow.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Well,
Kunal Parar joins us. Yes, actually, please continue.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Kush for being with us on this special trade and to share with us all your thoughts right there, Kush. Always a pleasure to host you. We'll now welcome Kunal B. Parar, Vice President Technical Research, Choice Equity Broking, with us. A warm welcome to you, Kunal, and thank you so much for taking the time out. Tell us what is looking promising to you in this current setup in the markets. Have you added any fresh stocks to your portfolio?
Exactly not yet, because I'm right now I'm like very cautious. and I'm just looking after those stocks which are right now trading with a strong support. And I'm just searching for that particular stock, so not have added any long position yet. But yeah, few stocks are there which looks very good to me. If anybody want to go for trading perspective, and first stock
All
is
right.
HCL Tech.
One second, I'll just interrupt you right there. We have actually seen that 26,000 mark, I think, on the Nifty. Shell, can you please confirm? Yes, 26,011 I think is the new level that we have on the Nifty. Congratulations viewers, we have seen that happen. This is after a long 37 sessions that we have actually seen the Nifty hits that level as well. You have that level, Shell?
Sakshi, I am not very sure. Yes, yes, we
Yeah.
have it.
So we have that level.
26,011 on
Yeah.
the Nifty.
Okay,
I think this
congratulations,
was a
Kunal.
brief spike that has happened.
Yes.
Well, okay, 85,000 and 26,000 has happened on the index respective, which is both the Sensex and the Nifty, and a great day. Kunal, what do you think? Any stocks that look good to you? For the moment, I think the battle is between JM Financials, now at 142.90, and Hindustan Copper 342. Kunal.
The way both the stocks are trading, first let's talk on this JM Finance trading at 142 on a magic number. Right now the stock is trading 143. Stock has already given a breakout of its on a weekly chart of its strong resistance watch. It was placed somewhere around 115 and trading above this level. Now from the present level, I can say that we may see further upside momentum up to the level of 149, and if stock breaks this, then further upside momentum would be there up to the level of 170. But again, same question, means it's a right time to get into the stock or should wait. So I'll say means one should wait, because the risk reward is not that much favorable to create a fresh position. But if you have a position in this stock, then hold it. We can say good upside momentum up to the level of 149 and 170. And on the other hand, if we talk about Hind Copper, stock is trading at 342. Now, this is the stock where I should concentrate my energy rather to focus on the JM Finance. Stock is giving a breakout of its inverted head and shoulder formation on a smaller time frame. Stock is also took the support of its 200 days exponential moving average. So, Swelji, I would say one can create a long position in this particular stock at 342. If we talk about the SL side, then SL will be like a little bit lower level. Strong support comes at 315. Now, if we talk about target size, then first target comes at 360, and if stock breaks this 360, then one way rally would be there up to the level of 400. So I would concentrate my energy particularly on this in copper.
Okay, Kunal, that's great. What about in the metal rally that has really supported the sentiments in trade today? Would you be, comfortable looking at the metal space after the kind of rally we have seen now? Will it have more legs? Is more important to know.
Well, yes, if talk about metal stock, we have seen a good upside momentum, particularly in overall metal counters. VDL is there, Tata Steel is there, Jindal Steel is there. Few stocks are there on which it's like I have been keeping an eye. And I would say amongst the metal counters, Tata Steel looks very good at the present level. Stock also took the support of its 200 days moving average. Not only this, stock is giving a breakout of its range bound momentum in which it was trading for more than a month. So Tata Steel looks very attractive at present level. Right now, Tata Steel is trading at 160. Downside support comes at 152. Upper side target, first target is 169, and if stock breaks this 169, then further upside momentum will be there up to the level of 178. So yes, Tata Steel from the metal counters look very attractive.
3:04 p.m. ladies and gentlemen, the last 26 minutes are going to be exciting. What has happened on the Nifty is that you have a bunch of option orders that are always kept at visible resistances, which is the every 100-point rise on the Nifty. Therefore, you see this very sharp sell-off that has come in at 26,000 as far as the Nifty is concerned. It was a very, very brief 30-second spike at about 242 if I'm not wrong, and 250 actually, 250 p.m. That the Nifty went above 26,000 for a brief while, and that selling has now come into the market. It's pushed the Nifty to at 928, down about 10 odd points. So history will record that 85,000 on the Sensex and 26,000 on the Nifty happened at the same day, and that is what is the history that is going to say. What else I'd like to point out is doing pretty well. A bit of profit booking across the board over the last 5-7 minutes, but going strong are the Fin Nifty 25,080. Okay, now this is interesting. I just, because the Fin Nifty has its the monthly expiry today, 25,000 has been hit for the first time, 25,160. At the moment, the counter has shown signs of profit booking, but nothing to be worried about. Sakshi, the Fin Nifty index 4 + 4 8. On 8 consecutive sessions, the Fin Nifty index has rallied, and in the month of August, in the month of the monthly expiry of September, the index has added 7.1%, led by Cholamandalam Finance, Shriram Finance, and of course the Bajaj twins, Finserv and Finance. So that is something that's happening in the markets. We have Kunal with us. Kunal, a view on Bajaj Finance, please.
Well, if we pull out a chart of Bajaj Finance right now, the way stock has been trading, right now stock is trading at 7,550, and the stock has already given a breakout of its symmetrical triangle formation, but no doubt since last 4 to 5 days it has been trading in a range bound momentum only. So I would say rather to go for long at present level, one should wait at present level. If it falls up to the level of somewhere around 7,400, then it will become a good buying opportunities in the counter. So if it fall up to the level of 7,400, one can get into the stock for the target upside at 7,800, and if stock breaks this 7,800, then further upside momentum would be there up to the level of 8,200.
Okay, got it. Okay, let's also get you, Kunal, to talk about some of the other spaces. Let's discuss some top gainers from the broadest index, which are actually doing very well today. Stocks like Epigral Limited are up by 9.7% higher in trade. We have Mega Soft after a long haul 10% higher. You also have stocks like Schneider Electric have been marked by Shell. Then you also have stocks like JM Financial that's been marked by Shell too. We also have Chaman Lal Setia Exports again, that rice space coming back into action, 15% higher in trade. You also have AstraZeneca Pharma that's up by almost 15.8%. Is there something specific moving positive for AstraZeneca Pharma right there, Kunal? Do you track the stock at all? It's huge volumes that we are seeing, and the spike only goes stronger throughout the day. We've been seeing heavy volumes on this one. Now it's at a 16% spike at 7814.
Yes, exactly. Right now, stock has been trading in an uncharted territory. If we talk about volume side, we are witnessing a positive volume and the counter. So we can say rhythm is there in the counter to move northward from the further level. Right now, stock is trading at 7,818. So risk reward is not that much of at a favorable level to go for long at present level. But if you have this stock in the portfolio, I would say please hold this stock, because the way stock has been trading in an uncharted territory, please the stock also is giving a breakout of 7,200. Further upside momentum would be there up to the level of 8,600. Please mark my level 8,600, and if it breaks, then 9,400 would be there. So rather to go for creating a long position, if you have this stock in your portfolio, please hold. We can see very good upside momentum in the counter.
Okay. And what else apart from this counter in the pharma space do you like? Kunal, is there anything else on top of your radar right now? Today we are not seeing very heavy participation. It's just 1/10% higher, but the theme has been going strong for a long time now.
Yes, if you talk about a few pharma stocks, means Ipca Lab is there, Mankind, Lupin is there, Biocon is there, and I have been like keeping an eye on this particular counter, Ipca Lab, which is trading at 1484. Stock has already given a breakout, of its recent top, and it has been trading above its 200 days, 50 days moving average. And no, if we talk about weekly chart and monthly chart, all the time frame looks very promising to me. So one can get into the stock at 1484. If we talk about the SL side, downside SL comes at 1400, and target side, first target comes at 1560, 1560. And if counter breaks this 1560, then one way momentum would be there up to the level of 1600. So yes, Ipca Labs looks very good to me.
3:10. We just have 20 minutes left, and I'll take this opportunity to mark some quality stocks where you have seen a good spurt in volume. Let's these names. I don't want to take them on air, but this is BHEL. Okay. 2.8% higher to 82, and again from the PSU stable NLC India. Stocks are coming back into action after 3-4 months, and NLC is something that you need to look at. 5% higher. This is a price breakout at 287.50. Kunal, would you want to stick your neck out on NLC India?
Well, right now stock is trading at 287, and volume is at a good level. Above average volume is at the counter, and stock is up by 5.31%. So one can go for BTST in particular counter, because the way stock is trading, it has already given a breakout of its range bound momentum, in which it was trading for more than 2 weeks. So yes, BTST counter is there in LS India. One can get into the stock at present level with strict SL of 278. If we talk about upper side, then the first target comes at 293, and if stock breaks this 293, then 301 would be there. So yes, in LS India looks very good.
Okay, got it. You know what else is picking up? It's the oil and gas story, and HPCL has picked up pace. It's now almost 3.4% higher in trade. Apart from this, of course, we are looking at even other stocks within the basket. Oil India is also up in trade, ONGC, GAIL. These are the stocks that are buzzing in trade right now. Let's get Kunal to also help us understand which space within the entire segment should one be focused on. Downstream companies, upstream companies, or city gas distributors? Where do you see the momentum continuing right now, Kunal?
Well, if we talk about this energy space, a few stocks are there which looks very good to me. First is MGL, and if we talk about the OMC's counter, then BPCL looks very good to me. So let's talk first on this BPCL counter. Right now, BPCL is trading at 339. Stock has already formed its bullish ceramic candlesticks formation. Not only this, stock also haven't taken the support of its previous bottom as well, with the strong support, along with the strong support of 50 days MM. So BPCL looks very good to me. Right now it is trading at 339. Downside support comes at 322. If we talk about target size, then first target comes at 350, and if stock breaks these 350, then further upside momentum would be there up to the level of 365. So BPCL looks very good with the strict SL of 322.
Okay, got it. So that's as far as the oil and gas story is concerned. Okay, let's also look at what else within the PSUs can we really look at. NMDC, again with the metals and the mining space, that's been buzzing sharply higher. BHEL is also now 3% up. Is there a reversal of sorts in place for BHEL, Kunal? Would you be able to share that? I think last 2 or 3 days it's again picked up some pace, but is this here to stay, the momentum?
Well, right now stock is trading at 282, and definitely I'll chase this momentum because stock has from bullish hammer candlesticks along with the hammer candlesticks with a strong support of its 200 days moving average. So it's a perfect setup for bullish reversal formation. Not only this, stock has also given a breakout of its range bound momentum. So equation wise, it looks perfect. Bullish counter where we can see northward momentum in upcoming trading session. Right now, stock is trading at 281, 282. One can get into the stock at 282 with strict stop loss somewhere around 265. If we talk about target price, and first target comes at 306, and if stock breaks this 306, then yes, good sharp momentum would be there up to the level of 327.
Sakshi, one of the strongest reversals is in power grid, and this is the same theme that I am mentioning. The huge investment that the government has announced over a 8-year period in the transmission sector, and what better place than power grid. Just look at the volume. You have about 2 crore 44 lakh shares traded, and I think after a spate of 2 months, actually more. The last high that we've seen is on August 1st. Kunal, what are your charts telling you on power grid with this price and volume breakout? You have a very strong 2.7% uptick on power grid.
Power grid trading at 350 with strong support of its 50s and 100 days moving average. Not only this, it has also given a breakout of its range bound momentum with above average volume. So chart looks very attractive to me at present level. One can get into the stock at 350 with strict SL of 330. If we talk about target size, then first target comes at 365, and if stock breaks this 365, then one way upside rally would be there up to the level of 390. It means we can see very good upside momentum of more than 11% in the counter. So yes, it's thumbs up from my side.
Okay, got that. Let's get to
one thing that Sakshi I'll mark on power grid is that it just tested its monthly pivot, which essentially means that you have a very strong support now at 342, and with that kind of a base, the all-time high here is somewhere like 360, 362. This is a low beta counter, but when it starts to move, it does so with a lot of conviction. One of those hugely profitable PSUs that have done fantastically well over the last 3-4 years. Power grid, let me just give you the profit and the market capitalization number. Just a moment. Sakshi, why don't you? Okay, market capitalization is 3,24,000 crore rupees, and I just wanted to see the top line. I'll get that for you.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Sakshi will take over.
Right. We will circle back to power grid to see how are the other details that Shell is marking, but some other stocks that you need to keep an eye out on. Auto space clearly, which we have been continuously discussing, viewers, with you. Auto ancillaries which are picking up is Shanti Gears, 5.7% higher in trade today. Steel strip wheels, 5% higher in trade today. You have stocks like Barrack Engineering, Ganga Forging, Subros, all of them in thick trade. Even the tire makers are up and about today. Apollo Tires is up almost 2%. Battery makers, Exide is also up and about in trade. Let's get Kunal to also discuss about the auto and the auto ancillary pack also. What looks good to you, Kunal, here and within the ancillary pack especially?
Particularly if we talk about auto counters, and that too particularly with auto ancillary, Apollo Tire, Exide is there, Boss Limited is there, MRF, all the stocks are performing very well, but right now I have an eye on this Apollo Tire and Exide Industries. Apollo Tire right now is trading at somewhere around 529, and if you talk about the volume side, then good volume activities there in the Apollo Tire at present level. Stock is also trading above its 200 days moving average, and it is about to give a breakout of its recent top, which is placed at 534. So let's say if stock gives a breakout of this 534, then cup and handle formation would be there, and based on this cup and handle formation, stock may spurt further even up to the level of 580 to 620. Okay, so I would say one can get into the stock if stock breaks this 535. Now let's talk on this Exide Industries. Right now, Exide is trading somewhere around 476. Stock has also formed bullish economic candlesticks formation along with its recent bottom. So risk reward is perfectly matched with this Exide Industries. Right now, stock is trading at 476. One can get into the stock at present level with strict SL of 450. Upper side first target comes at 515, and if stock breaks this 515, then 530 would be there. So at present level, Exide Industries looks very impressive.
Okay, got it. So, Kunal, let's also discuss, it's 320 right now. What will you really look at when it comes to BTST, STBT trades? The perfect time to ask you that.
Well, one stock is there which looks very good to me. That too into pharma. It's like Biocon. The way stock has been trading on a daily chart, and we already discussed this stock even before. Right now, stock is trading at 377, and downside strong support comes at 364. If we talk about target size, then first target comes at 388, and if stock breaks this 388, then 395 would be there. So for BTST candidate, I think Biocon looks perfectly.
Okay, Sakshi, what we'll do is we'll just start wrapping. It's 3:20, and this is the fourth consecutive day of gains on the Nifty, although the pace of the rally is declining because we've sort of already been doing fabulously well, and this is a time to now be a little circumspect on how these record highs are going to be digested. So maybe a flat move till the month of till September 26th, when the expiry draws to a close in the futures and options space, and of course there is absolutely no stopping the bank Nifty, although this is a bout of mild profit booking that has happened. Remember, it took out its previous high of 53,357 2 days ago, and from then on there is yet another 900 point uptick in a span of 2 sessions. So charts look overstretched for the short time, but this is a time when the sector rotation happens into indices that have not performed as well, and that's the reason why you see money moving into the Nifty Metals Index, way off its all-time high of 10,166. That is the reason why you see money moving into the CPSE index, which is languishing around 7,200, 7,100. The all-time high was 7,600, and of course the PSU banking index. So sectoral rotation, people buying painful prices where valuations are reasonable, and booking out of frothy prices where valuations are stretched. Sakshi.
Right. Well, of course, a historic day, and it comes to an end very soon now. But we have celebrated both the benchmark indices scaling newer milestones, 85,000 on the Sensex and 26,000 extremely briefly on the Nifty as well. But at least for the record, it has happened. Remember, the Nifty has taken 38 sessions to scale this new milestone after August 1st of 2024, and therefore you see a very strong move right there. Across the board, where you saw participation was metals, IT, oil and gas, midcap 100, pharma, infra, and the media stocks. Rest of the sector slipped into the red. When we look at the Nifty gainers, you again see Tata Steel as top of the charts, 4.3% higher. Hindalco, Power Grid, Tech Mahindra, Adani Enterprises, HCL Tech and ONGC were the top performers. We did have many losers too in today's trading session. SBI Life, HUL, Ultratech, Grasin, Shriram Finance and Cipla were the top drags. In the F&O space, the top winners were again the metal counters, Nalco, Tata Steel, NMDC, Hindalco. Granules India also pulled up. On the downside, you had stocks like IEX that dragged over 11%, PNB, Page Industries, SPI Life and Indigo as the stocks that did not perform very well in trade. The PSU index was up over 1%, NMDC topping the charts, HPCL, Steel Authority, BHEL were the other top performers right there. Alright, we just about 6 minutes away from the day's close. Let's get in Kunal to help us understand how does one really prepare for tomorrow and for this week, because it's going to be the expiry week as well for the series. Do you expect heightened volatility going forward, and how should one be really dealing with it? Any sectors that you believe could be safe havens too?
Well, if we talk about the index side, right now Nifty is trading at 25,950, and it has been trading in an uncharted territory. The way all the sectors are performing gradually, particularly healthcare sector is there, pharma, IT sector is there, and if we talk about today's part, then metal is also metal is also showing its peak. So overall, based on this cyclical momentum, we can expect good upside momentum in the Nifty for this week. No doubt, it's a monthly expiry week, so volatility would be there. But overall, the way index has been trading now, I can say 26,200 to 26,400 would be there within this week. We can see these levels. Right, downside strong support comes at somewhere around 25,800. And if we talk about Bank Nifty side, right now Bank Nifty is trading at 5,400. In Bank Nifty, we can see good upside momentum up to the level of 54,800 to 55,200. And good support for Bank Nifty comes at 53,200.
Okay, last 4 minutes left, and this is a good time to look at how outperformance has happened on spaces as far as volume is concerned. The top traded counter today is HDFC Bank. This is very good news because this is the heaviest weighted counter in the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, up 0.5%. 2,800 crores worth of shares have been traded, slightly more. Pain coming into IEX. There is some government move to merge power exchanges, and that has taken the lights out of IEX. 11% lower at 212. Then you have Tata Steel and Tata Power. Tata Power is something that I wanted to ask Kunal. This is at a record high, 3% higher. Again a low beta stock, but one of those consistent performers that when it starts very well. To you, Kunal, what is Tata Power telling you?
Well, right now stock is trading at 468, and stock has already given a breakout of its flag formation on a smaller time frame. So we can expect a further upside momentum in the counter. Now, first additions comes at 471, and in today's trading session, stock made a high of 474. So let's say if stock sustain about this 471, then further upside momentum would be up to the level of 535. One way momentum that we can see after this 471. So first position only after this 471.
Okay. Right. Let's start wrapping up the markets now. 2 minutes to go. We will thank you, Kunal, for being with us on this special edition to share with us all your thoughts and ideas right there. And congratulations again for being part of history and witnessing milestone levels on the markets today. 26,000 now will be something that we will be referring to tomorrow onwards into the markets too, as the newer milestone which we will now have the target to continue holding on to and moving beyond as well. The Nifty Bank, however, viewers, has now slipped into the red, 0.2% lower, 53,985, 122 points of a cut right there. Broader market still holding up about 0.1% higher in trade for the mid caps. When we look at the metals, they were the ones that have held the fort today, 3% higher in trade. IT stocks also inched higher towards the latter half of the trading session, with stocks like HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra lifting most of the weight there. Autos drove in the faster lane, about 0.4% higher in trade, led by largely the auto ancillary pack today. Oil and gas, of course, HPCL drove most of the momentum within the downstream companies. Pharma index also moved up higher, with diagnostic space stocks also moving up in trade. We've also seen Kunal also talking about some of these stocks right there. Let's also discuss some of the other stocks like infra, spaces like infra and pharma also, which were inching higher in trade. Like I had pointed out, it's still Tata Steel as the top mover, 4.3% higher. Hindalco, Power Grid, Tech Mahindra, Adani Enterprises, the top 5 movers on the Nifty today. On the downside, you have stocks like SBI Life, HUL, Grasim, Ultratech Cement and Shriram Finance as the top losers right now. F&O space we've already highlighted for you. Metal counters continue to shine bright, 1% higher even for the PSU index. In the broadest index, the top gainers were definitely the newer listed stocks today. Arcade Developers, it ends almost 30% higher in trade at 165. Northern Arc Capital, the microfinance institution, that's up about 23% and ends the day at 322 odd levels. Apollo Singuri Hotels, already highlighted by Shell, is another one that was up by 20% in trade today. Chaman Lal Setia Exports about 16% higher, Arvind Smart Spaces 16% higher, SH Kelkar about 16%, AstraZeneca Pharma, that was up 14% as well. Then you had JM Financials, HCL Infosystems, Schneider Electric as some of those top stocks that really rallied sharply in trade as well. The screen is frozen at 25,950. 50 points away from the 26,000 mark, but we hope that we are able to climb back above those 26,000 levels again when we see you tomorrow morning. With that, we'll wrap up today's trade. Many thanks from both Shell and me, but do stick around on Business Today Television. There's a lot more lined up for you on your screens.
Months after the Indian Prime Minister put the Lakshadweep Islands in everyone's to-do list, one particular island in this chain is all set to get a crucial facelift. Welcome to Minicoy, the southernmost island in Lakshadweep. It's here on this tiny island, just 10 km long and 6 km wide,